Hello everyone, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. Glad to spend a little bit of time on this Monday with you, sharing some inspiration that I have here in front of me. I have a journal that I completed yesterday, and I showed you a sneak peek of this last week, but this is Bold Botanicals. It's a chunky single signature, so I'll be showing you this. And then I have a few journals from Sister Simon that have also been added into the shop. If you don't know, I have a consignment shop online where I sell journals and supplies from other artists, and there's a bunch of information on my Facebook group in the featured section. If you're interested in what that is all about, you can find links in the description box below. So let's get right into this video. This journal, Bold Botanicals, was inspired by this paper here that I printed from creativefabrica.com. They have so many papers and all different types of not supplies, but ephemera and printables. And if you can imagine it, they probably have it, but this is a really pretty bright colored paper. I reinforced it with some wallpaper on the spine. There's stitching around it. And then I used this, I believe it's a vintage floral book page image, and it's backed here with some 1950s encyclopedia paper. And then there's a little bit of washi. It's a measuring tape washi and a purple label, so you can write anything on it that you want to. It is also lined with the paper, and there's a thick paper, kind of like a glossy cardstock in between. So it's nice and thick. And for this one, I really tried to use a lot of brighter supplies, and so I did enjoy doing that. I have hand-dyed papers and different ephemeras and things like that. I did print several items from my Modern Maiden image collection. I think you will enjoy that if you haven't purchased it. It's not expensive, and there's a ton in there. It is a retired collection. I do hope to add more to it in the future. I've put wallpaper. Here's another one from that. Beauty is Everywhere. This is just a piece of cereal box that I ran through my die cutting machine with a die, and it just embossed it. And I added some pink book pages, lots of dyed papers, lots of flowers, and lots of brightness. Different digitals, book pages, lots of different stuff in here. Love how these came out all dyed. These are some journal cards I have in my shop. I'm trying to remember the name of them. I can't even remember. I think thesaurus is in there somewhere because I used a bunch of words on them. Here's a greeting card. It's sad that I don't remember the names of all my digitals anymore, but I guess that means I have a lot of digitals. These bags are in my shop. They're these silver bags. They're really pretty. Enjoy using those. Get a whole new sheet of clear stickers that goes with it. A room without books is like a body without a soul. I believe this is also in Modern Maiden. That was cut out from a Modern Maiden as well. This is Canadian Wildflower script journal cards. Lots of places to write, but lots of goodies. Remember to join the May Journal Club coming up starting May 1st. There's already 3 pages in the collection to get you started once you sign up now. It's right on my homepage on nevermorecreation17.com. This is one of the pages, and you can see I've coffee dyed it and it came out beautifully, but this is one of the pages. It will definitely be floral and nature themed. These blue and pink postcards are in my shop as well. Put one of those in here. This little pouch was from Happy Mail, and I added a Canadian Wildflower script journal card in there. Sorry, that's something in my way that's bothering me. Just moving it. Some vintage ledger. And then that's from 1939. And then, oh, my poor little journal card got stuck. Life is Good. I love how the dyed paper came out. There's the other side of that journal page. There's a little tag I made. The base was made by Joanne. She sent me some tag bases, and then I just added a little cluster on the side. Breathe In and Enjoy Today. That's from Modern Maiden as well. It's from Dreamy Designs. This is a big sticker from the Antiquarian Sticker Book. Some dyed paper here with a gold stamp. That is from Vintage Image Club. So is that. This is a tri-fold, but I did it more. I guess it's called a Z-fold. Thought that was really pretty to stick in there. Some stenciled journal cards that I'd made a while back, and then I added a little cluster. It's a little denim pocket. I got this, I think, from Tammy, and then Michelle sent me these. They're on like watercolor paper, and so they're nice and hefty. Love them. So I had to add a couple in here. Book page from Joanne. You can see how I attached this. I'll have to show you the device in another video. It's a stapleless stapler. I don't even remember what it's called. I think I just typed in stapleless stapler on Amazon. But I'm a Cool Mom, but that's not the name anymore. Paper Terrace on YouTube. Jessica had gotten one, and I looked it up, and it was only about $15. I was like, I gotta try that. It's really cool. And it's much nicer looking than a staple. Highly recommend. Joanne made this little pocket, and then I added this little paper from Modern Maiden. And the library card in the back. So this one is actually, I believe it's 88 pages. It is a chunky one, a lot chunkier than I normally do a single signature, but I did enjoy doing a bigger, thicker one this time. Got just a dark blue ribbon. All right, now we're going to move on to Sister Simon's journals. This is the first one, and it does come with a tassel, and she put it in this little bag here to protect it. Oh, I think it's clipped in there. Let's see if I can figure this out. Because you got to see it. All right. There it is. Look at that. That is a giant tassel. And we want to see what it looks like on the spine. Look at that. So that's right here. Isn't that pretty? So this tassel will come with the journal, but wrapped separately, kind of like how she had it. And that way you get this beautiful pansy pin and the, oh, what's it called? Like handkerchief, I guess. So I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to get into it. French Reader for Beginners is what this book cover says. You can see that's where you would add the tassel. Look at how pretty. Hopefully she has a paper in here. Yes, Blooming Blue. It's a challenge journal. We are just near the end of our Group 7 challenges. Make sure you mail in your Group 8. That needs to be postmarked by the end of April here, by the end of this month. And this week I will be announcing a Group 9 challenge, so stay tuned for that. Blooming Blue, she's used neutral vintage cut apart, pansy ephemera, and music blooms. Those are all from my shop. And she has a floating little pocket here for ephemera that you can move along as you wish. Look at how pretty this is. There's the neutral vintage cut aparts. There's a lot of pages in here, lots of ephemera. Music blooms. Got the pansies, which that pansy pin works perfectly. You could find a way to incorporate that into this journal if you'd like. That's pretty. Her clusters are gorgeous. Got some light stenciling, very pretty. Music blooms. Some ephemera here. I love the blues and the purples. They go really well. Lots of florals. Lots of ephemera. There's the French Reader for Beginners. She's used some of those pages really. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. She sent me a little bag of goodies, little papers as well. So thank you for that. She sent me that. So I'm so grateful to get to add those to my stash. She's done some hand stitching in this. This is really beautiful. See that would be hand stitching there. Oh, I love that music. Goes really well. Of course, because Music Blooms is a pansy and music kit. Look at that. The tones in this are lovely. Very pale blues. Look at that. So perfectly put together. There's the pansies. And it's really neat how you get that tassel with it too. So this is a big one. Big challenge journal here. Lots to it. This one intrigues me. Laboratory Physics. Well, it looks like a Reader's Digest book cover. Then this is a printable on top of that. And then she added Madame Curie, which I've always found her story fascinating yet tragic. So that's interesting. Madame Curie, dedicated to Marie Curie Sklodowska, probably not saying that right, Polish scientist, discoverer of radium, first female Nobel Prize winner, first female professor at the Parisian Sorbonne, but also wife, mother, and enthusiast of bicycle trips to the French countryside, scrapbook papers, dyed papers. She has images from public domain and from a novel. I love how she dedicated it to her. And it has this really neat vintage, like science feel to it. And then she has little bits here. Marie had already examined all known, like just little bits from the book, right? And then images, math and science diagrams. Look at that. Photos of her and her life. Wow. Tell that a lot of kindness and dedication went into this rational arithmetic page. This is definitely one for the bookshelf, you know, one that you would put up there with your books. Doesn't mean that you couldn't add. I think adding your science ephemera to it would be amazing. Of course, you could write in it if you wanted to. But this is just beautiful. In that really neat, we don't see something this themed usually. It reminds me of the old Nick the Booksmith journals that she would make years ago. Like I remember she did a Sherlock Holmes one, and she did other ones like that. Love those old pages. The ledger papers. Wow. It's neat that she liked bicycles. It makes me think of my kit. I have a journal kit called Ride With Me. That's vintage bicycles. So that would be really neat to add some of that in here as well. That is incredible. Really neat. Laboratory Physics. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then we have this one. This is the last one for today. This is a nice, interesting size. Very tall. A little tag. Little crocheted flowers. Some beading on the spine. This is fabric covered. It appears to be a trifold. Let's see. Luisas Garden. A challenge journal. She used Luella, Neutral Vintage Cut Apart, and Ink Saver Morris. This is a paper bag journal. Look at that. So in here, this is a 20-page, just little notebook. I like to say these are extremely useful. Love things like this. I was actually like, do I have any more like this? I wound up using a boring Walmart notebook this morning because I didn't have time to find one. Very useful. Love the fabric hingings. That definitely gives us longevity. Here we've got a gorgeous tag. Look at that. This is from Luella, which is one of my paper pads. Luella, to Luella. That's why it was named that. Oh, how pretty. Brimming with confidence. Look at that. Journal pages can be shrunk down to be journal cards. This is a journal page, but look what she did. Love it. Think about how much use we could get out of the journal pages that we purchase from sellers on Etsy or other places if we also turn them into journal cards. It's a good reminder to myself. Old wallpaper. Oh, beautiful. This is gorgeous. I love how tall it is. I like making lists, and so a journal like this helps. I don't do lists every day or even every week, but there's times when you really need to do that. And like today, I was like, there's things I need to get done today, and what's the best way to approach it? So I actually wrote down, kind of by hour, but giving myself flexibility of kind of when I wanted to get stuff done so it all got done. This would be perfect for that. And how pretty. And then there's some little postcards here in the back. Isn't that neat? Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Sister Simon, for your gorgeous inspiration that you gave us today. Your work is incredible. Definitely inspiring. So thank you so much for that. I hope you all enjoyed this little bit of inspiration on your Monday morning. I also want to thank all of my Thrive Challenge participants. We just finished a 2-week challenge, crafty challenge, to help us thrive in our craft rooms. I had 12 ladies participate, and I want to congratulate Leah Wilkins for winning and for inspiring us all day after day after day with her challenge completions and all of that. But everybody did such an amazing job, and we had so much fun together. Hopefully I'll get to do a challenge again in the future. Maybe I'll do one this summer. I'm trying not to overstretch myself too much. So the project I'll be working on over the next month is that May Journal Page Club. And I've mentioned it before, but you'll get at least 60 journal pages, mostly nature floral themed. And they're just meant to be added in to your page, into your journals and things like that. It's just 1 month. You'll get access to a Google Drive file where you can download everything, and you'll have access to that file. Like, you don't have to download it when you get it. You'll have access even after May to continue to store those 60 or more pages there. But I'll be adding to them. Like I said, there's 3 there already. So if you go ahead and join today, you'll already have a couple to work with. And starting next week, I'll be adding and adding and adding journal pages. So you'll want to, jump on board early enough to watch me create them and get them all in there. All right. Thank you so much. And I'll see all of you tomorrow with more inspiration.